So now we're walking into the centre. You can hopefully see the church spire, which marks the centre of Mediaș. And it's about a 10-minute walk from the stadium, maybe less. Past some beautiful houses. And we cross the river. I think it's the river Târnovo, which runs all the way along the valley to Sighișoara and beyond. And if I had to put money on it, I think Mediaș is one of the most attractive cities, towns I've been to. For me it beats Brașov, Sibiu, Sighișoara. They have too many tourists. Mediaș is what we call liniștit, peaceful, calm. There's no, I don't think there's a university here. There's the stadium in the distance. And we're crossing the bridge over the river. It's a big factory over on the right, Emai, which makes, I think we call it enamel goods in English. Yes. Pots and pans, mugs. There's the river. Another beautiful day, despite the weather forecast saying it was going to be pouring. Been very lucky. Although apparently in Sibiu they did have flooding yesterday. Sibiu is 50 kilometers away. Some plastic panels to stop the noise offending the residents, and they've got birds painted on them to stop birds flying into them. Very good. But we're heading towards the centre. Mediaș, surrounded by hills, sits in the valley by the river, and there are hills all around. So it's very, very pretty. It also means it gets very hot because you don't have any air moving through the city. So it brings the temperature up. But that's true of most of Central Europe. It gets very, very warm in the summer and very cold in the winter. But as I said, it's like a German town. It's like you could be in Austria, you could be in Germany. Cafe culture, everyone sitting outside enjoying their coffee or their beer or food. And that's a typical feature of the houses in this area, especially the houses in Sibiu, which I think is known as the City of 1,000 Eyes, because you've got these little skylights up on the roof. A little window poking out from the first floor. It's a typical feature of the architecture, and another feature of the huge courtyards they have, which for me are reminiscent of Paris and the hotel, pavillon, hotel really, in the centre of Paris, where you open a big gate and it reveals an enormous courtyard, interior courtyard behind the facade. So the architecture is different here. People speak Romanian with a slightly different accent. To me it sounds Germanic, which is not surprising because of their Saxon heritage. And now you can see the way into the citadel, fortified town with a tower. And the streets are cobbled. Oh, nice to be out of the sun. It really is rather hot for me. Strada Iohannis Honterus. Iohannis Honterus. One of the main streets into the centre. And I wanted to come this way to show you the coloured houses. I did film some of them on the previous video, but I haven't been up this particular street before. So we'll stay in the shade, heading towards the church and the main square. So the features are the gates, which protect the inner courtyard, and the different colours. A myriad of painted houses. But maybe the citizens of Mediaș as focused on their privacy, as are the British traditionally. Each man's home is his castle, and these are built like castles, mini castles. Oh, souvenir shop. Have to get my traditional fridge magnet before I leave. Oh, interesting. The history of the house. Haltrich house. Wow. Bit of history of a house. Terrific. Ooh, and a bar serving Gürse beer. And it's open. And it sells pizza. What more could you want? Very pretty over the road. Decorated. Ishten Hotsot. I don't know what that means. Binazvinit. Yeah. And you can see the background, the hills. We'll continue towards the centre. I'll keep going. Oh, house for sale. Well, if I were to move from Craiova, which I'm not thinking about, this is the one place I'd move to. It's absolutely wonderful. And it's cheap. I talked about the price of beer, I think. 8 in a cafe. 7 to 8 lei. That's £1.50. That's pretty good. And those are in touristy restaurants. And then food, extremely reasonably priced. Look at these colours. That's the kindergarten, so just to give you an idea of the scale of the gardens inside. Stunning blue building, and a green one, olive green, and then a yellow one. And even the walls have the shape of a fortress. Legal office. And the lycée Stefan Ludwig, which I think we saw in a previous video which I did. And there's the main church of Margareta, St. Margaret. And rather helpfully, there's a bell tower which chimes on the, I think on the quarter and on the half hour, so that's quite helpful. And we come down. That's this rather elegant building, no idea what it is. Lots of restaurants, cafes. And one of the many offices of Transgaz. And a very lively cultural life going on here too. And we're back to the central square, which I have filmed before, so I'll close this down and hope you've enjoyed seeing a little snapshot of Mediaș and one or two areas you haven't seen before. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.